At Lagos Television, it's all about storytelling. And when others are silent on the issues bothering on the center of excellence, we remain committed. You're watching Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
We are glad to have you join us on the news at 2 on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on world leaders to recommit to multilateralism by deepening relations among member states of the United Nations in line with the principles of inclusivity, equality, and cooperation. This, he said, is the surest guarantee of global action against existential challenges faced by the international community. President Tinubu, who is the chairman of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, made the call while addressing world leaders during the general debate of the ongoing 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly at the UN headquarters in New York, United States. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the president decried the state descent to singularity and nationalism, which, according to him, are undermining the quest for peaceful and collective resolution of global challenges. In a related development at the meeting between Vice President Shettima and the African Union chairperson Moussa Faki Mohammed, Vice President Shettima stressed the need for consolidation of democracy as well as peaceful collaborations. The Vice President indicated Nigeria's interest in hosting the African Central Bank, maintaining that Africa has come of age to host one. Nigeria has solicited the support of Finland in its pursuit of a permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. Nigeria indicated interest in the UN Security Council seat following calls for reforms and expansion of the council by some UN member countries. Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima, who appealed for Finland's support, said Nigeria remains a superforce in Africa and will do all within its reach to close cultural links and ties in the efforts to reunite the economic community of West African states and further leave no stone unturned in the quest to stabilize Africa. Speaking during a meeting with President of the Republic of Finland, Alexander Stubb, on the sidelines of the ongoing 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, Vice President Kashim Shettima said the support has become necessary given Finland's role as a European and NATO member and considering the role Nigeria has played over the years in entrenching democratic values and peaceful cohesion. On his part, President Stubb of Finland expressed total support for the expansion and reconstruction of the UN Security Council, saying that the dictates and dynamics of the modern world demand such change. The House of Representatives has said it will hold a legislative security summit in the last quarter of the year. This was contained in a speech by Speaker Abbas Tajuddin to welcome lawmakers from their annual recess. The Speaker said legislative reforms that could improve interagency collaboration and improve use of technology to combat insecurity would be prioritized in the remaining session of the 10th House. According to the Speaker, the Electoral Offences Commission bill is one of the bills that will receive priority attention in the remaining life of the 10th House. Honorable Abbas sympathized with victims of flooding occasioned by climate change, while assuring that the House will improve legislation aimed at addressing environmental challenges, including the disaster bill. Meanwhile, the Senate has commenced the screening of Justice Kudirat Kekereekun for appointment as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The development comes after President Bola Tinubu wrote to the Senate seeking the confirmation of Kekereekun as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun has vowed to ensure that petitions are dealt with speedily to foster integrity within the judiciary. Justice Kekereekun, a 1974 Queen's College alumnus and a life bencher, pledged to do her best and uphold the integrity of the judiciary, the rule of law, and defend the Constitution of Nigeria. She made the vow during her appearance before the Senate on Wednesday for screening and confirmation as the substantial CJN. The acting CJN also called for improvement in the laws to enhance the nation's independence while underscoring the restrictions in the number of cases presented to the Supreme Court. She particularly suggested that all pre-election cases should terminate at the Court of Appeal. Are you aware that over 14 million Nigerians are now drug addicts? Experts also lament the alarming rate of synthetic or pharmaceutical and other psychoactive substance abuse among Nigerian youths, leading to various forms of mental and physical imbalances. This comes at a report presentation on rapid assessment on synthetic drug abuse in Nigeria by Global Initiative on Substance Abuse. We have details in Adekola Astrop's report.
According to experts, Nigeria's drug abuse menace is at dangerous levels as a recent update by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, revealed that about 14.3 million Nigerians have become drug addicts.
You will see here that more than 70% of the respondents said
this report presentation on rapid assessment knowledge, attitude and practices relating to synthetic drug abuse by Global Initiative on Substance Abuse examines these risk factors, challenges and control strategies.
As a country, Nigeria is about 3% of the world population, but accounts for 14% of the world's population who misuse pharmaceutical opioids, making it one of the countries in the world with the highest number of people who misuse tramadol and cough syrups containing codeine. Similarly, Nigeria has the highest level of ingenuity in substance use in the world, with the use of complex mixture and unimaginable substances, which has become a major challenge in substance use prevention and treatment.
Other stakeholders stress the need for collaborative efforts in fighting drug production, trafficking and use, especially among the youth.
Everyone should be worried, and that is the more reason why we shouldn't just leave it for government agencies alone. Every stakeholder, everyone should be involved. The family, the religious leaders, community leaders, and so on should be involved, and we should be worried.
The report provides an evidence-based foundation for informed decision-making by policymakers, law enforcement agencies, and the public health officials. However, prevention remains key. We must continue to focus on public education and advocacy, especially among the youths who are the most vulnerable.
To say that the burdens of the abuse of synthetic drugs started staring us in the face is to say the least. Like Dr. Martins presented in his report, that when issues like that arise, we don't know until their report in the health facility begins to show and increase, or the regulatory agencies begin to make Jesus.
Participants have agreed that this menace, which has become a threat to public health, national stability, peace and security, requires government's urgent pragmatic strategies as drug phenomenon has expanded to the misuse of pharmaceutical drugs.
In sport, Chairman of the Nigeria Rugby League Association, Abiodun Olawale Cole, has described the achievement of the national women team at MEA Championship as a big deal for the country. The Green Falcons made history as the first African side to qualify for the World Series after defeating Kenya in the Women's Rugby League World Cup qualifiers in Nairobi. We have details in our sport report.
The Green Falcons edged their Kenya counterparts on technicality, having won the first match 22-14 before Kenya bounced back to win the second match 8-0 as the two-legged tie ended 22-22 points in Nairobi. The victorious team returned to Lagos on Tuesday and received a rousing reception from the Nigeria Rugby League Association and other stakeholders who joined the team celebration on their arrival at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport.
It was a great experience. For the first match, it was easy for us, but for the second leg, they prepared for us. The defense line was not too good, but we know that coming back home, we will prepare much better for the next game.
Game in general is a very tough one. Kenya ladies, they gave us a very tough game. We came ready, but then again, they are very strong. Thank God for victory.
They did very well. They do all possible to hold the second game. Kenya, they came very tough to retaliate, to come back and win the game, but the girls, they did very well.
The Green Falcons, comprising players drawn from the Nigeria Rugby Association League, put up a remarkable performance, making their achievement extraordinary.
I believe there will be impact and improvements in Nigerian rugby because many people are getting interested in playing the game in general from east and west, north and south of Nigeria. So the improvements, I'm seeing it already in Nigeria.
People are getting to know rugby league. Women winning this boosts their career. You know, some were not outgoing before, but now this gives them a lot of confidence, and some of them have gotten a lot of opportunities through this game.
For the chairman of the Nigeria Rugby League Association, Abiodun Olawale, the journey to success started long before the team departed for Nairobi with adequate preparations.
It's a massive achievement because right now, Nigeria has all the NBA Cups. The first women, they have it. Impact in Nigeria, rugby is going to be huge. Because we expect a lot of people to know about rugby now. Women will start playing more rugby. Young kids start playing more rugby. Also, importantly, it gives them a massive sort of achievement as well. Because right now, rugby is giving them a platform to express themselves, do bad things for themselves.
Olawale acknowledged the support of sponsors and commended efforts and handwork of the players. As the sole Middle East and African representative in the inaugural 2025 World Series, Nigeria will vie for a ticket to the 2026 Women's Rugby World Cup against Ireland or Greece.
The Nigeria Rugby League Association, for sure, is going to use this as a platform to get more sponsors involved, give the girls a chance to get contracts abroad, and also to expand our local league across more states in Nigeria as well, and make rugby a household name in the country.
The winner of the 2025 World Series qualifies for the International Rugby League Women's World Cup 2026 alongside England, Papua New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, Wales and France.
Connect with Lagos Television on the social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free lines 767-0112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Ilegushi. See you again at 4 p.m.